everyone knows what happened with the Ryan Garcia thing. Everybody knows that I was cheated. I'd rather they want to admit it or not. That was the truth, and that's what happened. You know, no fighter can beat me on an even playing field, and it has not happened before, and it won't happen. So I never lost. I never lost. I never lost confidence. I trusted in my skills. I got back to the drawing board. I was training, in the dark. I was preparing. A lot of people was writing me off, counting me out. But I kept my head down. I stayed working. I had a good team behind me. My family, kept me motivated, and it all paid off.
I know you won't swing, but this is the Parry.
This is the Parry.
Hook it and uppercut is getting scary.
Oh, it's getting scary.
Treasure the truth or risk getting buried.
Risk getting killed.
I'm on a mission, you hear me? Yeah, this is the Parry. They got the green light if we say go. Young Tyson, wake him up with the BK flow. Loading up late rounds, this is TKO.
Devin, the Dream, Haney versus Brian. I don't care about no outfit, brother. Norman. That's my quote of the year. That was my favorite. That's my favorite shit. Yo, I don't care about no outfit, brother. I'm here to throw hands. And throw hands. Hands was being thrown. Hands was definitely being thrown. I'm going to go ahead and let you go first. I'm going to let you talk about Devin Haney, Brian Norman Jr. fighting for the, what was it, WBA? WBO,
yeah.
The WBO title.
The WBO, the WBO title. Devin Haney, which he made a splash in the 147-pound division. He started off the fight in the first round. It was probably the only round universally people probably felt Brian Norman actually won. Devin Haney looked very timid in that round, but in the second round, after dropping him with that left-right combination, splitting his guard with that right hand, and really just showing that he was the bigger, stronger fighter, which we kept seeing that throughout the fight with all the wrestling going on and the fighters trying to assert their strength upon each other. But, it was one of them fights where Devin Haney completely dominated and completely controlled the action with his jab. When he jabbed in that fight, he couldn't miss. He was using them. He was using them with that jab. It was pretty embarrassing to see a professional not be able to get out of a way of what would seem like a simple punch like that continuously. But it goes to show the skill level of Devin Haney's jab and the I'm not gonna sit there. There wasn't a lot of. It didn't seem like Brian Norman knew what to do or how to get out of the way. But I don't want to take away from the beauty and the masterpiece that was Devin Haney's jab when he did use it. Devin Haney could not miss. I don't think I seen him throw a jab that didn't land. And when he didn't jab was the only time of the fight, besides the left-right combination, that Brian Norman was able to even be comfortable in the ring and do his little flickering with his jab and come across with the right and try to push him back to the ropes. And every time they did that, they would end up locking up and wrestling. And throughout the entire fight, Brian Norman was not able to find any type of proper distance in that fight. He never had any type of distance. And when if Haney would have pressed his foot on the gas and pumped his jab a little bit more, if he would have cranked out a little bit more with the jab and went a little bit harder, he probably would have got this kid up out of there. He probably would have got that kid up out of there. And Brian Norman Jr. is no slouch. Like this kid is he's no dog. Or I should say he's not a mutt. You know what I'm saying? He's a thoroughbred. He went in there. He didn't stop trying throughout the entire fight. He didn't have that I'm defeated, although he didn't seem to be able to make the type of adjustments that seemed to be made and continued to try. it seemed like everything he felt like worked for him in the very beginning of the fight in the first round, which was very not much happened, but everything he seemed to feel like was working for him in the first round, he never stopped trying to do. He never realized that this guy has adjusted. This guy is stepping back. He's grabbing me. You know, he's starting to even use lateral movement against me. And then when he threw that jab, there was nothing Brian Norman Jr. could do. I mean, it was absolutely nothing he could do. And he basically, to me, was able to win the fight with the one arm. The one judge had it 114, worth 13. I don't know what fight that judge was watching. The scorecards was way wider than that. You might have been able to squeeze out 3, maybe 4 rounds for Brian Norman Jr., and that fourth would be being extremely generous. And that was only because Devin Haney wasn't jabbing during those moments.
All right. Y'all gonna have to bear with me. Y'all gonna have to bear with me for a second. It's my unbiased opinion. This is also me gloating a little bit because there's a lot of Devin Haney haters. I ain't gonna name no names. That felt like, you know, he was gonna lose this fight. He was hoping he'd get knocked out. There's a lot of naysayers when it comes to my man Dev and Bill. They receive a lot of criticism, a lot of backlash. I mean, the man got up 3 times after fighting somebody who was cheating and still made it a close fight. He still don't get no respect. In my opinion, I would have to go back and look at a few different fights from Devin Haney. I think the Jorge Linares fight, he put on a hell of a performance. But this might be the best Devin Haney I've seen. He looked physically bigger. He looked strong. He looked healthy, like he should have been at 147. This looked like this is his weight class, 147 pounds. He said, I feel stronger. I'm punching harder. He said, you know, he told Brian Norman to his face.
Oh, you pimping.
What if I put you down?
You can't.
I can't.
Boy, you ain't got nothing in them gloves.
Remember this day. Remember this day.
I'm gonna remember every last piece of every day.
I mean, what is Brian Norman supposed to say? You gonna drop me? Of course he's gonna say that. But Devin told him, what you gonna say when I drop you? That ain't gonna happen. He said, oh, all right. Okay. Like you said, he used that jab masterfully. He was kind of had me a little worried the first couple 2-3 rounds. I'm like, he's not really throwing punches. But when he got going, it was on. I just clearly felt like Devin showed that there was levels. It's levels to this. His experience shined through. To me, Devin Haney got the best jab in the business. He used that jab to perfection. Caught him with the 1-2 in the biscuit, put him on his back pockets. Not only did he put him on his back pockets, he was clearly hurt. Like he was hurt. It wasn't like a flash knockdown. Your man did the, you know what I mean? He did the bogle and the pepper seed out there, and he got dropped. Now, Devin Haney at 27 years old, I don't care what anybody has to say. I'm up for the debate with anybody. He right now currently has a Hall of Fame resume and career. No question about it. 3 division champion, former undisputed champion, the youngest undisputed champion. What can the haters say about this guy, man? What are you going to say now? What can they say now? Devin Haney, put some respect on his name. Bill came up with a game plan, and this is why I picked Devin Haney to win this fight. This is why I respect Devin Haney and Bill Haney and their boxing IQ. When you look at, let's say, like the Lomachenko fight, or the in this fight, one of the best things that Devin Haney does is he knows how to nullify your best weapon. Look at the Regis Prograis fight, looking for that left hand all night, missed all night. he got put on his back pockets. Brian Norman Jr. with the left hook. Now, mind you, he got a dangerous left hook. He got bricks for hands. And let me say this, I got high respect for Brian Norman. I always respect a fighter that after a loss, they could still show class. And I thought he handled that loss with class, him and his father both. So shout out and respect to them. And he'll be back. He'll be back. Like you said, he's no mutt. He's not a tomato can. He's a world champion that can punch, that got skills. I definitely saw improvements in his feet. People say he got slow feet. Even I said it. He moved his feet a little better. He's faster than I thought he was with the hands, to be honest. But there's levels. His biggest weapon.
I'm not gonna lie, man. That ass whooping that he took. That's a confidence shattering ass whooping right there.
Nah, man, I'm not gonna let you do that, man. Nah.
I'm just gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna be honest with you. But I want to see him back. I like the boy. I like his father. I like both of them brothers. I like them. They, we were supposed to even get an interview with Brian Norman Sr.
Hopefully we can still make that happen. But go ahead. Yeah.
But I like the dude. But that was the type of ass whooping that really can mess your confidence up. Being controlled like that. Being like, there was a point in time where I'm looking at Devin Haney. It's like playing with his food. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's how bad it was looking at one point when he was just hitting him with the jab at will, and it just was like he had no answer. He had no and it didn't really seem like him and his father had a real solid game plan going into that fight. And it didn't seem like they prepared for anything that Devin Haney actually had to offer. It seemed like they watched the tape of him and Garcia and kept looking at the knockdowns and kept watching the knockdowns. And in their mind, it's like, oh, left hook, he's susceptible to the left hook. When that's the most dangerous thing you can do. When you're going to watch a fight with a guy who got knocked out, sometimes don't watch the part where they got knocked out. Don't watch that part of the fight. Watch everything else but that part. Because that's what you have to worry about. You have to worry about everything else but the part where they got knocked out at. And I think that the Normans watched the knockout and focused on the knockout and figured that was going to be the key, finding that chin, and they never was able to get there.
They landed one left hook that I remember. Every other left hook I saw, Dev, was pop. No more bow and arrow. No more bow and arrow jab.
And to be
Devin
100% honest with you, he did tighten that up. And to be 100% honest with you, Devin Haney, like, when he fights guys that he's bigger than, and it's, even coming up, because the guy clearly, to me, I'm a lot of these guys, and I'm not even going to pick on Devin with this, because I see it with a lot of these fighters. These fighters is 2 and 3 whole weight classes above what they should be fighting at, starving themselves. Devin Haney even talked about his father wanting him to stick around at 135, and telling him he should have moved up. But him feeling like there was business to handle at 135. So, and I'm only saying that to say, when I see Devin Haney in the ring with a fighter that he has physical advantages over, it's pretty clear that he's probably going to end up dogging him like that. It's almost like, and I'm not comparing him to Mayweather as far as on the skill level, although Devin Haney is extremely skilled. He is. But that was something that Mayweather, when you put him in the ring with somebody who he had a physical advantage over, like a Marquez, who was a great fighter himself, he reduced him to a boy. And Brian Norman, this fight looked like man versus boy.
I just think, well, I would hope, but I know it's not going to be the case. I would hope people stop hating on my mans. I'm Team Haney. Long time. This ain't brand new. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just sitting here smiling and gloating because my man won today. I'm smiling, one, because I knew he was going to win. I picked him to win. in the fashion in which he won, and I ain't never been down on him. I like you. It's clearly that this kid is cut from a different cloth. Say what you want about the kid, about his father, what the outside the ring things. I didn't agree with him suing and all of that, and then him getting into the fight at the amusement park or whatever was happening. I didn't like none of that. Let's be clear. But he wants to fight the best. He don't duck no smoke. There's not a fighter he didn't call out. There's not a fighter he didn't call out and an opportunity to fight him that he didn't either try to make happen or he made it happen. He will fight anyone. And say what you want. His style is boring. He ain't got no power, this and that, but he'll fight anyone. Your favorite fighter won't do that. Most of these guys that we rate and talk about and rank higher than him or say that these guys will beat him, they won't fight him or they won't fight the best out there. Devin has proven time and time and time again. He's willing to fight anybody.
Actually, now we're going to show you how to catch the jab. Actually, in boxing, it's called parrying.